Reset button.
It's Friday the 13th. And you're losing your game. Maybe it's actually time to go ahead and go back and hit the reset button. Starring
what?
Tannen and Travis. Travis, how are you doing this week?
Holla. Tannen, what's going on, my man? How are you doing this week? I'm good. I am good.
Well, you know me, car troubles, more bubbles, and everything included. But hey, we had a good week this week in gaming news, did we not?
We had a huge buffet of fucking news in gaming this week, Tannen. So right off the bat, yeah, it is the reset button, episode 7. Yeah, we're here. Tannen, we're hot off the heels of the Nintendo Switch press conference, which was last night. I believe it streamed at midnight. Yes, real quick, before we get into any of that, this is our Switch episode, Tannen. I don't know really what else is in the news besides that, really, because that's so much news to take in.
Some major heavy hitters also that we saw trailers for.
Yes.
But a lot coming from, I would say this is more of a Nintendo episode that we've developed into now this week. Even trailers that or a particular trailer this week that brought me to tears. But I'd say we go ahead and just talk about the Nintendo conference in general. Travis, you watched the entire thing from beginning to end, did you not?
I did, and before we get to Nintendo stuff, let's get to our stuff real quick. Follow me on Twitter at the HibikkiTMD. Also, check out Tannen at OTannensBum on Twitter. Check out the Facebook page. Like us on Facebook. Always hit that subscribe button. HibikkiTMD on Facebook. Also, Slam Pigs Podcast. But yes, Tannen, Nintendo gave us a nerdgasm and a half yesterday. Yeah, Blue Light Special, man. They definitely, in certain aspects, right off the bat, top of the card here, whatever. They delivered. In my opinion, at the end of the say what you want, whether you didn't like the price they announced, and in my opinion, I think they delivered for what the long-term goal is by the end of 2017. They delivered, not right away out the bat so much.
What was that price that they actually announced? See, just for other listeners, just kind of getting in here.
I've seen US $299 is what I'm seeing.
It's worth it. Way worth it. That's fine with me. I mean, people went gaga and spent $500 on the original Xbox One.
Yeah.
That's $500 out of your pocket, kids. This system looks amazing, and I don't think that a $300 price tag is actually being pretty modest. Nintendo's always had a good way of being pretty modest.
Yeah.
Even adjusted for inflation, if you think about it, it's a lot less than what the NES was.
Nintendo also has a big habit of reducing fast, though, their console prices, and by the end of 2017, that could definitely be down to $250. But I don't know, man. A big thing that one of the biggest things for you, especially coming out of this, is the Breath of the Wild trailer. It is a launch title, Tannen, and I think a reason that for me, because the game I'm most looking forward to comes out in the summer, Splatoon 2, but they're doing a launch title that's essentially, at the end of the day, yes, it's awesome, but it's a port of a Wii U game you can already get if you have a Wii U, just like Twilight Princess was a port in the same way. So
it was
that in a way for me. I don't know. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong.
And here's the funny thing: I played Twilight Princess on the Wii U, but I enjoyed it more on the GameCube. So I have it coming to me on the Wii U, and I think it's going to end up being the same result in a way. But who knows? Maybe the Switch is going to deliver the sharp graphics that we saw in the trailer. Maybe there's going to be a couple more dungeons or something like that. They've never discussed any kind of a difference, and maybe they aren't actually doing that. The idea that the game would be bigger on the Switch is feasible, but I mean, I would delete everything off of my Wii U to like shove that game into there. The funny thing is, you brought it up. Leading up to this whole release, Amazon is also sending me along with a package these uh, Japanese comics. I can't think of the word.
Manga?
But yeah, mangas and mangas. There we go. Ocarina of Time was sent to me last month. Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages was sent to me this month, and then next month I'm supposed to get A Link to the Past. And all of these books are actually supposed to supposedly tie in with Breath of the Wild.
Nice.
And after watching the trailer,
yeah, let's go ahead and do it. The trailer.
Yeah, let's go ahead and discuss. Let's just get into it. It's juicy.
It's all Starburst style juicy.
But oh man, Starburst and Gushers juicy actually, which is way more. Yeah. Oh God, there's juice. You're drowning in the juice.
Just hand me a bounty.
And there's fruit everywhere.
Yeah.
But
the trailer, Tandem.
Oh God, I mean, it just there's been other Breath of the Wild trailers. I mean, we saw that original one where there was that narration beforehand, and then Link was being chased by a monster. He had a flip and shot it with the arrow. You know, and we were like, holy shit, did you see that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That was roughly almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And back, you know, yeah, since then we haven't seen too much. And going back and playing other Zelda games, like a lot of us, I think, speculated, like, what is it going to be like? Is it going to be full speech? Is there going to be, you know, any of this stuff that like other games are delivering? Yeah. You know, and then a lot of people said, "Oh, it's going to be comparative to Skyrim." So, am I going to see these
RPG
kind of?
Basically.
Yeah, but are we going to see these kind of blank sprites? I love Skyrim and Fallout, but you know, their characters are kind of blank in a way. They're not very expressive. There's not much emotion behind them. There is with their dialogue, but like, let's be serious.
Yeah.
As far as their personality goes, they're a little bit robotic.
Exactly. Yeah, I got you.
For the first time in a Zelda game, I think we're actually going to see real raw emotion drawn out of characters. And I mean, shit, there is a shot where Zelda cries.
Yeah.
And I mean, you actually see a full animation with her speaking. When I originally saw it, I saw the live version, which was the Nintendo version, which is it was the Japanese version, and their voice actors blew me away. The Japanese version did. I thought, oh my God, this is so just. Then I went back and listened to I am just being picky at this point, but like the English version didn't like pull my heartstrings. I have watched both trailers now numerous amounts of times, and the Japanese version actually like makes me tear up, whereas the American version, like their voices just seem a little bit more still.
Are you one of those people for a lot of animes or anything, video games, that would rather listen to the original Japanese as opposed to the English?
Well, I think it's with any, like, if I watch a German movie, I would rather read subtitles.
Yeah.
And what the original actors were meant to be portrayed.
Or watch Ninja Turtles in French. There you go.
Yeah, well, that was actually an American movie.
Yes, but I'm just saying, flip the script.
And the French, yeah, exactly. And the French people sound silly. Remember, we laughed so hard because that acting sounded silly.
Hey, Travis's pro tip today. Travis's pro tip today on this episode: watch Ninja Turtles on DVD. The first one in '89 in French audio.
French, and it sounds silly. Versus the American version, which sounds serious, you know, like.
But speaking of serious, yeah, Breath of the Wild definitely has that adult-oriented theme feel to it. And you know, everyone's you know had their 2 cents by now. God, it's been like you said, 3 years. At first, I didn't want my Zelda fucked with too much. I wasn't overly
Well,
enthused. But by now,
yeah.
from what I've seen, it looks really good. I'm just gonna
Well,
go
here's
the
another
way
thing.
you
I was just
recommend.
kind of wondering. I was kind of wondering with this pre-order from Amazon, why am I getting like a hint about Ocarina of Time? Why am I getting Oracle of Seasons? Why do I
Yeah,
have this other one coming to me, which is Link to the Past, and another one grouped together? And in the trailer, he meets the Deku Tree, and there's the
yes.
Deku Forest, and like it's like I really feel like if you're not up to date with your Zelda games,
You may be lost in the
certain
shuffle.
ones at least, yeah, you're gonna be lost in the shuffle. There even looked like some fucking Skyward Sword shit involved in this
And
one.
that was one of Zelda's for, and you can say what you want about the series where it's gone, but in the long haul, it's always had that pick up and play. You can dive into any Zelda game, not knowing, having to play any other Zelda game to play this one. And it deters from that too. Not to keep saying deter, I'm never going to say it again. I never say that in real
But
life. Why am I saying that?
I mean, storyline wise, they still might explain some shit, you know. But like maybe it'll get you going. Well, I want to play that past game.
But is that
I want to play
fair
that
in a
other
way
game.
to these
It is.
newer?
It is. It is. It is. You can pick up any Zelda game,
I think
and
it's fair
then
too. I'm just saying.
yeah, like But as far as they just I think for the 30 years, I really think they put a 30th anniversary thing into this.
Yeah.
I really think they took like the Hyrule Historia, which was what published 5 years ago. And I have a copy of that. Like, I really think they like went through it and kind of handpicked their elements. I mean, it looks like you have Zoras, it looks like you have Deku, it looks like you've got all these different races in this wide world of Hyrule.
They're
And then
nailing
the
it.
Deku Tree, well, the Deku Tree does say though, "Let me finally tell you what happened 100 years ago," and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because like he says, you don't recognize me. I'm wondering what the hell what that's about. You don't recognize me, but I'm going to tell you what happened 100 years ago. Like, is that the Link that didn't traverse through time? Like, and I is it a gunslinger thing, like a Dark Tower weird thing? You fell asleep for 100 years? Like,
Not to
what
bring
the
up
fuck happened?
Not to bring up the Turtles again, but is it like Turtles Forever, that movie where it's like alternate fucking? See what I did there? I don't know.
What the hell was Turtles Forever?
Where it was the
Oh,
turtle.
wait, yeah, with the animated. I'm sorry, I was still on Jim Henson shit.
That's
No, I
okay. It's
apologize. No,
my
I
fault.
remember. I like Turtles Forever a lot. It gets a lot of flack, but it's just like, dude, they even involved the black and white turtles from the
Yeah,
comic books.
they
That was pretty badass.
they involved even the anime turtles they showed in like a clip. The
And that was the 30. That was the 30th anniversary, right? They were bringing in the 30 years.
possibly.
Everybody's got a dirty 30.
Sorry to keep throwing it off. Maybe you know what? Eventually, we got to do a Turtles episode. We could totally do a Turtles episode, and just
Oh yeah,
someday.
yeah.
So let's save the Turtles talk. I'm sorry to keep going
We'll
down the
save the
sewers.
yeah. Just it's fine. It's fine. Let's just save that thought. But yeah, as far as this Zelda trailer goes, it's awesome. Another thing that Travis, you had me watch. I let me go ahead and like give my like kind
The
of
other
funny
big
story
one?
about.
Is it the other big one coming out of the pit?
But before we get to the big one, let me just go ahead and talk about something. So, I'm trying to watch. Today's Friday the 13th, by the way, folks, and
Ooh,
it's kind of a tradition that when Friday the 13th falls, if you have access to it, watch the movie.
yeah.
Now I was sitting with my lady, and I'm trying to watch the first movie, but Travis is like, "Holy shit, there's a live Nintendo conference going on right now," and I was like, "Oh, good." So like, I was kind of like, I felt like a guy that like, you ever watch those movies where like the guy, you're too obsessed with sports and like they're even out on a date and he's like looking at baseball stats.
Oh man.
Like I felt like that guy all of a sudden.
Well, imagine how I feel now. Imagine how I feel now, knowing that I caused you to feel like that guy.
Well, I mean, it's okay, but like, I did like take some of my time to like see some clips and pieces. Like I did see the Xenoblade 2 Chronicles
Yeah,
trailer for a
looks
little
good.
bit, but I back out of it. So then when my lady was like, "Hey, I'm going to go to bed," like smooches, Karen goes to bed. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get my full on Nintendo Comfort experience right now, and I pull it up. And there's this man standing there, and he's like a magician. There's a white cloth. I'm like, damn, what is he going to reveal? Like, this looks awesome.
Wait
and he
for
like
it.
pulls
Wait
it off
for
the
it.
cloth,
What was it?
and it's a pink and blue fucking controller.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
And they're just demoing this. Yeah, it was so boring.
Hey,
It
you know
was
what?
so
You know what?
fucking
Yeah, but
boring.
the other side of that, you can totally say there is a demographic for everything. Because on social media, I've seen people so hyped for these colors. I'm just like falling back. Like I can't. It'd be too easy to put you in your place over it. But they're just
What?
colors, and they're who
Why?
cares? Like why build it up like that? You know.
We decided to put a different mix in our plastic molding, and we came up with this.
Yeah.
It cost us like 25 cents, and you
Can I
guys are
address
retarded.
another elephant in the room with the Switch, by the way? Is it just me or these fucking controllers? And I've talked to a lot of people about this and they feel the same way. They just seem like they're gonna be too tiny for
Yeah.
adult human hands to
Yeah, yeah,
comprehend.
yeah, yeah, they definitely look that way. I can't
I'm
wait to
worried
actually
about that.
physically touch one. I
Worried.
can't wait to. Well, is it gonna? Can I hook my Wii U classic controller?
I
I have
would
two Wii
think
U
I
classic
would think you could
controllers.
use the Pro controller. And you say what you want about Nintendo again, they always have a good habit of letting you use all the controllers available, especially the Wii U. Like they went across the boards with that shit. Like totally. Um,
Yeah, like I mean, dude, you could even get the GameCube like almost S controller for Smash Brothers, so that way you still have that classic controller.
That controller was specifically made for Smash Brothers. Yeah, I think that was Hody. But yeah, were you gonna segue into Odyssey? Because that's where before everything derailed again.
But yeah, 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 yeah. Before everything, well, first off, though, I just want to say, like, I watched that trailer, and even before Zelda was crying, like, I was already having tears to my eyes about how epic this journey was going to be. I can't wait to take it in March. I can't wait to talk about it.
You need to do a full on
Um,
review when you're done too for the.
oh yeah, no, no, no. I'm to the point where like I want to get my dad to buy a Wii U. He's retired now, and he's really wanting to sit down with a Zelda game. He went out
Is
and
he a
got
big Zelda
Skyward
fan?
Sword. He's what got me into Zelda as a kid. He
Nice.
used to draw maps of the classic dungeons. Like he was a total nerd about it. Like I still have some of his maps to this day of the classic dungeons that reveal everything and where you need to go. Like he has it drawn out in patterns.
Nice.
And
Shout out to
like
Paul.
oh man, he was like yeah, shout out to Paul. Like but he went out and he got a Wii because he was so psyched for Skyward Sword. And he
Oh,
even has
oh.
he has the golden controller. He has all of it. And
Did he love that game?
no, he hated it.
Oh yes. Fuck that game. Another pro tip of the day: don't buy Skyward Sword. It's not good.
You know, there's going to be listeners that are going to back it up, but my dad
It's
was
Zelda. There always is.
for what it was in 1987. The man was shit. He was 32. No, he wasn't. He was 30. Um. Anyway, though, like when it came out, like he bought it, and I played it just as much. I had my own file. His name was Snore, and my name was Boy. And
Yeah.
and I tried to revive the cartridge so much to keep Snore's file because he mastered it.
It makes me think ahead
And
too to like when I play games with my kids still in my 30s, like what they're gonna look back on and remember playing with me, like what titles, what they like fondly remember.
no, it was a sad day about 2 years ago. I hooked up the NES and Snore no longer exists. But
Oh man,
Snore will always live forever.
shout out to
Like with
Snore.
his and dude, like seriously, the like little notepads that he had with his like my dad was always quite a good illustrator and his maps are very detailed. Um,
I have to get your
almost to
dad
the
on
point
and talk about some Zelda sometime, maybe for our big Zelda show.
he doesn't want to be on the show, or he would if I asked him, but he would just be like, "Oh, you know, that was 30 years ago. I'm 60. Just leave me alone." But
Like a dad would.
I really think that this is more geared towards him, where he can just sit in a chair with a if his wife wants to watch, he can actually be on the Wii U
Right.
controller. He's been interested in the Wii U for a long time, but I
Nintendo
threw him
grabbing
off
those
was
older folks, grabbing them in.
yeah. What threw him off was he's like, there's no Zelda title, and then Hyrule Warriors came out. And he asked me about that. He was like, "Is that a traditional Zelda game?" And I told him no. And
But it's
he
good.
was like, "Yeah, but he's more like." One of his convincing things was I was like, there is a virtual console and like Minish Cap is on there. He's like, well, it's Minish Cap, like it's a traditional Zelda game. And he's like, well, that kind of gets
No,
me going on.
maybe. In a way. Yeah, in a way, yeah.
I think one good thing I could do for my dad is get him a Wii U. And
Sure.
with them like killing it, God, it might even drive up the price. But
Get them now, dude. Like,
yeah.
but yes, and let's go right along to what that was the biggest news for you was the Breath of the Wild
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
The other right hand 1-2 punch from Nintendo was Super Mario Odyssey announced full well, just a decent
Wait.
sized
So
trailer.
wait. Just I hate to cut you off. I hate to cut you off. Rewind a little bit.
All right.
2 years ago, when the original Zelda trailer came out, and like Link does that flip and kills the monster, I showed it to my dad. My dad looks at me and goes, "Well, do I have to move around the room to pull that shit off, or can I just like sit in my couch?"
Oh man.
So that just goes to say, like,
Yeah.
here's your audience, and he's an original audience member. I mean, he's the one that brought it into the household. So I didn't mean to cut you off into that segue, but
Oh, it was worth it.
that
That's fun.
like, yeah, that's what he asked me, and I was like, I really don't know, but it's for the Wii U, so I think it's just controller based. He was like, yeah, I'd love to play that game next year because that's when it was announced.
Yeah.
And we all saw how that happened.
Yeah.
So,
Boom
but I
mistakes.
am.
Yeah. Maybe you could talk your dad into playing desperate segue Super Mario Odyssey, which was announced, Tannen, the trailer.
No. Oh
Um
yeah. Dad doesn't play Mario.
uh,
I'm the Mario player here,
the
but
Mario
it's
Bashan.
okay.
Well, either way, what did you think of this trailer? Definitely I mean, I kind of was expecting an announcement, but I didn't expect what I got. But I mean, I came away pleased.
I'm so confused. Is it Grand Theft Auto Mario? Like, can he get into those
Uh,
taxi cabs that he's stomping the shit out of and
hopefully it's
like
not
rip
going
them
the
out and
route.
drive it?
Hopefully it's not going the route of Sonic 06 when it brings in the real world. Hopefully it doesn't end up like that. I would even say hopefully not even like Sonic Adventure. I don't. They're saying it's a throwback. They announced at the press conference. That it's more so the first time since Sunshine Super Mario 64 it's had this open world feel. It's so quote unquote supposed to be huge open world. Now for people that aren't fans of open world games, that sucks, but I think it looks fun. It's a Mario
Well,
game. I'm going
again,
to play it. I'm going to get it. I
I
think
mean, like, look at what he had. Like, the hearts were in the right place with Super Mario Galaxy, but
but technically
I
they're
think
off
it.
the heels of 3D World and a lot of people didn't like that game. I liked that game. I didn't think it was bad at all. It was short.
Oh, really? Yeah, I thought 3D World was actually pretty legit.
I liked it a lot.
Um, but hey, haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
But like, as far as Galaxy went, I felt Galaxy really took a different turn. Like, we're gonna do different planets.
Yeah.
And it was just like, no, why didn't you just get it? Like, as I watched the trailer, I was like, why didn't this happen years ago with Mario?
Kind of woke you
You
up a little bit
know,
like, wow, this hasn't really happened until Jesus. Like, yeah, you're right.
until Jesus, 1,000 years ago. Like, that's what it feels like. Or I don't know.
Insert comma. I
Yeah.
didn't mean as Jesus. um, yeah. I think Galaxy for what they were good. I don't think they were bad games. It just the certain things you like in certain franchises you prefer over certain others, and I like this style definitely over a Galaxy like the Super Mario. Who wouldn't? Honestly, let's be real. Um, it's like I said, it looks good. It looks for what they showed. It's not expected to be around anytime until holiday 2017. So we got a while to wait on this one, Tim.
And honestly, if they want to work on it a little bit
Take
more
your
and tweak
time.
it,
Yes.
because the way that I see Zelda, I think they did shoot after that announcement and say, blah, 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 oh, we're going to do this. But
Are
I
they in a position to
think,
take their time though?
no, they're not. But take your time, but take it so that you can still like get the market, I guess, is the way that I would see it.
Just have
You
your
know, like
aces working on it.
I'd say holiday 2017 is a good one. One thing that they didn't talk about at all, and let's face it, Travis, a Mario Kart game.
It's just a remaster of 8 with all the DLC and new tracks. It's a I don't want to say a lazy effort. I mean they're doing what they're working on a lot of new stuff. Blah blah blah. People can see either side of this. That's
Dude,
what they're giving us.
listen, if you handed me a game called Mario Kart Ultimate and you took even the N64 maps and revamped them to
Yeah,
be
I get it.
like, I'd buy it. It just give me like 150 fucking
I would get it.
tracks. Oh, we all get it. You know, like
we
I
all
think that would
get
be a
it.
big seller because well, you know, just listen. Everybody would sit down and play that game. Everybody would play Mario Kart. Everybody would.
It's
And
synonymous with that.
just another big thing that I think they should do with their little ass controllers that they're doing. Let's go ahead and make another. And if this actually happened, a Wii Sports remake.
Yeah. Could see
Dude,
that.
well, the controllers are definitely designed for it. If they're that tiny, you know, I loved how they demoed the strap that
Yeah.
goes around the thing. Oh my god, that was part of the whole magician thing. Are you fucking serious?
I'll say it flat out. The best thing that was presented at the whole press conference was how they handled Splatoon 2, which comes out this summer. The guy went full on like Doc Brown lab coat, dual wielding fucking. I think they were splushamatic weapons, but he was like victory poses, Ginyu Force style from Dragon Ball Z. He went all out. It was phenomenal. That trailer, because I know Tanny never played the first Splatoon, so I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I have played a lot of Splatoon this week before this press conference was. I even really knew it was coming. So I for some reason, I guess because the Overwatch patch, I can't play Overwatch because I got to clear up space. So I needed a shooter to play, so I just went back to Splatoon. Yeah, this summer Splatoon 2 looks awesome. Dual wielding, all this new cool shit. It looks awesome. I'm gonna be there. I hate to keep saying awesome. I'll stop.
I'm extremely excited for all of this Nintendo stuff. It does make me very emotional.
I mean, look, real
honestly,
quick,
like,
just looking down my format tan, literally, I'm looking at a new Tetris, Bomberman, Xenoblade, Fire Emblem, Shin Megami Tensei.
yeah.
It just goes on and
It doesn't stop, and that's just why we had to wait this long for a new Zelda because they finally did their marketing correct. They could have released it for the Wii U. I think it was done.
And they could have only unveiled half of these games too. Let's face it, but they didn't. They gave it everything. They could have waited for another press conference to release the other half of this. You know what I mean? And there's more. There was a game released today called Versus or something. Did you see this? Where it's kind of like a WarioWare game with the little tiny controllers. He was like eating a hot dog or something.
Oh God, yeah. But I think they finally like decided to release a affordable system that's also appeals to third party. And let's face it, too, virtual reality has failed. I feel like they camped out. I feel like they camped out for that. They waited for the VR shit to fail with Microsoft and PS4.
You kind of
they waited for that, and once that fails, hey, guess what? We're Nintendo. We're affordable. We're here for you. And we're going to have a lot of good games coming at you.
I don't see VR. I don't see VR taking off. I really don't.
It's not going to. It's not. And the thing is, too, is that no matter what, if you want to sell your games, your little VR games, it's just like Resident Evil. You're still going to have to sell it as a normal game because not everybody's going to be down with the VR
shit. Not an experience. Not a fucking experience. Let's be real.
It's just like, let's, like what we've had with the demos, like.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I really want to play that Star Wars VR shit,
The
but
Batman looks good too. I mean, I'll say, some of it, but is it
mm,
long lasting? Is it going to stand the test? Is it?
it's not. It's not. It's a toy that we play
Nothing
with.
is going to overtake the. God bless you. Going to overtake
Sir.
the just the goodness of sitting on a couch playing a game with a controller. That is so ingrained, and I think a bigger majority of gamers and a lot of these developers
Yeah,
and people are taking that for
and,
granted.
and
You know?
and it doesn't matter. There's sometimes like, dude, like Karen doesn't mind watching me play Battlefield 1 sometimes.
Right.
Watching me do the effort. Well, also, I think it's the time period that it goes into. I don't think she would want to watch Modern Warfare because that's just like too stupid at some points.
Too
Like,
stupid.
well, Battlefield 1 is bare bones.
Yeah.
Like, whereas, like, Modern Warfare, okay, cool, I get a satellite bombing
Bells and
shit thing.
whistles. Bells and whistles.
Yeah, like, let's just strip it down and, like, let's get down to the real combat. And then she's just like, oh my God, like, and then she'll sit back and be like, there's this guy on your map. Oh my God, spot that guy. Like, like, she'll get involved in it. But the other thing is she got involved in, like, as I said, when I rented it, she got involved in the storyline. Like, she thought the storyline was just fantastic. Like, she watched me do the tank storyline, or all the storylines actually, except for Lawrence of Arabia. And like, she was just like, the story of this is just incredible. Like, this could have just been the game. And I even thought the same thing too. Like, I loved, Medal of Honor. I loved the Medal of Honor games. The music in it was just told so well, and you were an SS agent,
Yeah.
and there was a story to it. There's your reason why you're going in.
It's been fucking forever since I played a Medal of Honor game. I don't even really remember. Just like SOCOM, I haven't played SOCOM games in like so long. I used to be all about SOCOM.
Then I turned around and did the Medal of Honor like Modern Warfare game, and I was not interested in it at all. I'd rather play a game about killing Nazis than like playing a game about conflict in the Middle East. Because there's just so much to that.
There's no more two things more satisfying to kill in a game than a Nazi or a zombie, really. I mean,
yeah, like, whereas, like, dude, you're gonna go into this modern warfare thing, and then even in the storyline, they're gonna tell you killed innocent people.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that doesn't make me feel good.
Speaking of
when I played Medal of Honor, it was nothing but Nazis. Like, just throw Nazis at me. Like, I'm just gonna kill Nazis.
Bring back Wolfenstein. Fuck it.
Well, I think that's what they realized about human psyche. I think the Battlefield picked it well, but at the same time, you're fighting as the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire did have, I don't know if you know a lot about World War I, but like they did have their arguments. It was just such a really critical time politically.
Wasn't there an episode where you asked me that same question? I was like, no, I've never read a book. And it was like a big dumb thing.
Yeah.
How does World War I always posed as a question to me on this podcast? I don't get it.
Because we might be getting down to the bare bones of it. Who knows?
Well,
but this time with nukes, and then after that, we'll be like carrying sticks. But like,
oh man.
As far as warfare goes, though, it is one of the most interesting wars to ever be. And that game really did implement it. I think we're getting into kind of a best games of the year thing. But anyway, though, yeah. Not to retract from what we were talking about. I'm just saying that
I was trying to say, you were talking about third-party support, and I was going to say this was also announced today too. Ultra Street Fighter 2 is going to be on the Switch. Sonic Mania obviously was announced for the Switch.
Nice.
It's got pretty decent stuff coming in March and April season. So hang in
there,
people.
No. One thing that I'm trying to grasp onto, though.
Oh, go ahead.
They're third parties, not third party support, but they're virtual console. Right. The Wii had TurboGrafx, for fuck's sake. I would love it if they just like brought back that entire library to be accessed to.
that the Wii U definitely dropped the ball on that. I mean, Christ, you're right. The Wii had like Rondo of Blood, and that's like
Well,
that's
I just,
PCCE.
I just literally purchased our game of the week.
Yes, on Virtual
Literally
Console is.
purchased it. We're not going to segue into that just yet, but I literally purchased it to be able to play it.
I cheated.
And one thing that I keep saying it, but that I really do enjoy about the Wii U is I can either play it on my 50-inch
On
fucking
the
flat
gamepad
screen
or on the gamepad.
or on the gamepad while the
Taking a
missus
poop.
wants to watch a movie, and I can be there for both.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
the Switch is going to raise the bar, and it's going to be like it's got the little kickstand. And does that kickstand look fucking durable? Like, I got 3 kids. I don't know, man. Like, I hope to God that shit doesn't look like
oh
the way it
no,
looks.
that system looks breakable as shit.
Fucking, it looks like a
That's
dog's head. Fucking dog ears, man. Telling you.
no. That system
When you
in
pop it out,
general
yes.
looks breakable as shit.
When you
That
pop it
thing
out of
looks
the
like,
base or whatever, it looks like a piece of shit flimsy tablet, like a very breakable, like, junior tablet or something. It does not
and
look
that is
safe.
one thing that I'm gonna lay off of it. Like and I don't want it to be encased. I don't want it to
Yeah.
be encased where like the controls aren't going to work. It looks awesome and sleek, but like dude, I'm in the market for a new car. And I want something awesome and sleek, but like I want it to be able to take a few dings.
At the end of the
I'm
day,
not looking for a fucking Aston Martin here.
yeah.
I'm looking for a fucking Subaru that's gonna fucking drive through goddamn like snow and desert. That's what I want at the end of the day.
Hey, if it's
And
gonna if it's
the
gonna look
Switch,
if it's gonna look
the
like an original Xbox, then fuck it. If it's gonna last,
no, the Switch looks like an iPad that you spend $500 on, and
and it
little
breaks.
Mary Lou
It
not
fucking
only
breaks
puts
in
ice
2
cream on
weeks.
it, but it slips out of her fingers and falls 2 feet, and you have a shattered fucking screen, and that's what it looks
And
like.
just throw in the dog takes a piss on it, because that's, why not?
Yeah, your
Or the
dog
cat.
takes a piss on it after you cry for a minute, and that's why I am waiting.
Tears and
I am
piss.
waiting. No, I want to.
That's
I
how they
want the
should market
Nintendo.
the Switch. Tears and piss.
That'll be the new one. The
Now
new
it will.
Switch, which is the more durable Tears and
And you know
Piss.
what? They better copyright that shit here on the Reset Button episode 7, Tannen.
Oh man, it's coming.
It's here, dog. It's not coming. This is episode 7. We're talking the Switch conference. It's Friday the 13th, Tannen. Real quick, I just want to get your thoughts. Let me let him get his theme song in.
You just keep talking.
Puyo Puyo Tetris looks fun. I'm a super diehard Tetris fan. I still think it's hilarious. There's a Tetris movie coming out that's sci-fi or whatever. That's going to be hilarious. But anyway, this looks really fun. It's basically multiplayer Tetris.
Tetris, the fucking movie.
And Bomberman is up. They are saying up to 8 players support on Bomberman, on this new Super Bomberman R. And from Konami, because remember, Konami bought it from Hudson Soft years ago, so it's no longer Hudson Soft. Fucking Konami. I hate giving Konami my money.
Is the Sumito still around?
What did you say?
Harvest Moon creators. Natsumi.
Yes, Natsume. They just released Wild Guns Reloaded. We talked about last week.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Good, because they're going to make then off of that money, they're probably going to make a new Harvest Moon.
But I hate, fucking giving Konami my money. But, this is a case of, I guess I'm a hypocrite, but it's fucking Bomberman. I've loved Bomberman. It's one of the fondest memories I have of one of my parents standing playing Bomberman all the time. With my mom growing up, she was so into Bomberman too. Like, I think we've talked about too how good it was. Like, you're in jail. But anyway, this looks awesome. Let's see if they live up to the 8-player support, all the issues or whatever with servers. We'll see. There's so much to get hyped about, nerdgasming. I don't know if you've ever played any of the Shin Megami Tensei games ever, Tannen, which is now the Persona series. The new one coming out, they showed a weird Japanese 30-second clip, but nothing too much to give away. Fire Emblem always looks legit. I mean, what can you say? It's fucking Fire Emblem. Very rarely does one of those.
As far as Persona goes, there's a lot of Persona shit over here in this house. I can't believe we've never even realized that. Sorry, I'm throwing off your hype. You're very hyper right now. Just to let you know.
I'm only hyper because of, what I said, the nerdgasm that I've been provided by Nintendo.
Yeah. Man, your nerdgasm was so strong.
I'll cool the jets a little bit.
I'm nerd sticky over here. I think it's time for a break.
Break ski will do you good, definitely. I feel like I need a cigarette after all that excitement. Shit.
Yeah, dude, you just there's ectoplasm everywhere. Yeah. I know you did
This is Reset Button Episode 7, the Nintendo Switch fiasco as it will become known now. Ectoplasm.
Hey, you dirty fucking pigs. Mike here from the Slam Pigs Podcast, reminding you once again to check us out on Twitter, whether it be the Slam Pigs Podcast, whether it be me at Mike the Slam Pig, or whether it be our sister show, The Reset Button. Check us out. Also, you can find us on Facebook at the Slam Pigs Podcast or The Reset Button. And as always, make sure you check us out as a whole on Hibiki TMD. Until we see you next time, oink oink.
And we're back, the Reset Button Episode 7. Tannen, speaking of 7, it's time for this.
Oh yeah, we got the game, the mega game of them all.
It was supposed to be, at the time, the biggest, best Mega Man game ever released, but unfortunately, it's Mega Man 7 we're talking about, and it wasn't.
And after playing it, I would argue. After all the ones on the NES, and the segue into the SNES that they did, this is probably the best Mega Man game almost ever. It has like kind of a Mario 2 touch to it, I feel. Oh man, no, I'm being boss at it, like, again, but there's only, four?
It went the route of what Mega Man 8 did. It gave you 4 robot bosses at first. Once you beat those, you get the other 4. So there's 8 in all.
Yeah.
Mega Man 7's our game of the week, released by Capcom in 93 or 92, I believe. I'm sorry. I don't know the exact year. 92 or 93. Early 90s. The first attempt at Mega Man on a 16-bit console on a Nintendo system. You can definitely see that time went into it and it comes off. I don't know if you ever saw the Mega Man cartoon for the 90s. It has that humor to it right off the bat at the very beginning. There's like something you really never
see. It's an intro movie.
It does with like the wrong construction hat at the. It was like it was
a chuckle. No, not even that. If you don't hit start and you sit through the whole intro movie.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there is an intro movie to this. Unlike other ones, I mean, there kind of was always. Like, you had your little prologue. This one was very well animated.
It was.
Actually, in my opinion, for its time, like, as I sat here and replayed it, it once again blew me away. Like, even at the end of it, and a very big thing that the Super Nintendo did do, like even going back with Turtles 4, you could throw characters into the screen towards you.
Yes. Mode 7, Episode 7.
Yeah, but you have this, this roller monster rolling up on the whole city, and he turns and he breathes fire, and then he turns to the screen and breathes fire towards the screen. And it was like, oh my God, we're serious now. We are in a serious thing.
See, when I was a kid, I didn't play this upon release. Like, I remember it, and I thought it looked really cool. I was like, oh, that looks awesome as Mega Man. But if I would have, it would have knocked my socks off at first, and then I would have seen automatically it doesn't play like an 8-bit Mega Man game. It comes close. It does come close, in my opinion, Tannen. I think the biggest flaw for me right off the bat, the elephant in the room on this is that the sprites are just too damn big to truly feel like a real essential Mega Man game. I
See, you
think that's
say
what
that
kills
though, but
it.
you know, and here's the counterpart. You argue that, but like, if you ever played that, what was it, Mickey Madness on Super Nintendo?
Mickey Madness? There's a lot of Mickey games. Or Magical
yeah,
Quest?
Magical Quest. Thank you.
Is that what you
On
mean?
Super Nintendo, the one where you were a fireman at some
Yes, and
point,
you could
and these
switch on the
different
fly
abilities.
with the curtain.
Yeah.
I liked those
Well,
games as a kid, but now I don't like those
yeah.
games.
Well, as I'm replaying Mega Man 7, I loved Magical Quest. I wasn't a big Mega Man 7 fan, but then I realized that Mickey game is a complete clone of Mega Man 7.
Technically, yes, it is the same kind of gimmicky, on the fly.
Did that hit you at all?
It did.
Because it
Look,
did
like,
with me.
Now it does totally because you said so. But putting it, I didn't really think Mickey when I was playing. I was like, yeah, this feels like something I've played a lot. So there it is. That's what it was. You're right.
Yeah, it was fucking Magical Quest, and I owned Magical Quest as a child, and I loved Magical Quest, and I rented Mega Man 7, and but I wasn't that big of a Mega Man 7 game, but I played Magical Quest a whole lot. And then I'm sitting here playing, I was like, why do I love this? Like, all of a sudden. Like, is it the Capcom theme that came in? Because we all love the Capcom theme.
Yeah.
But then, it goes into, like, let's get our own abilities up. And as I'm playing, I'm like, wait a second. This is Magical Quest.
Well, they have some shit in here that's all Mega Man, like the slide. That's in full force. That is a good aspect of the game. Like I said, I like this game. Just on par with other Mega Man games, not one of my favorites.
One thing that got me as I was playing it, so I go to do the charge up shot, right?
Yeah.
The classic Mega Man charge up
that's
shot.
There too, from the bat.
Well, I mean, I don't know how it is on the I bought it for the Wii U console. I went ahead and did it for the virtual console for this game of the week. I spent my $8, went ahead and did it. And I don't know if it's the emulation, but man, you really have to hold down that button and wait for him to finally start charging.
I'm pretty sure it was like that because it's like that. I'm going to make myself look dumb, Tannen. I like the X games. As a kid, I had Mega Man X and I loved it. And those sprites, you could say, are on par with the size of these. But I think by the time X came out in '94, they had perfected it a little bit more, had more time to work with the sprite difference from the 8-bit era. So maybe that's why it gets a pass for me.
But the original X is exactly like this game. I don't know. I disagree. Like I think this one's on par with X. Like but you do have to go through a lot of shit in the beginning. I was kind of bitching to myself about that.
Did you like Mega Man 8 for the PS1? I don't know if you ever
I enjoyed it.
I see a lot of people shit on that game. I thought it was okay. I didn't hate that game.
I enjoyed it.
Kind of the same feeling I get from 7. It's like I don't hate it, but it's good. Like
it wasn't the Mega Man 3D game that we were handed.
Oh.
Don't get me started on that.
You had to go there.
Piece of shit.
People love that fucking game too. Like hardcore love those Tron Bonne, all that shit.
It depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Like we may have listeners that be like, you fucking you just dogged Mega Man 3D? What the fuck?
Well, come at me, dog.
Like,
holler
come at me, bro. But like,
yeah, I know.
No, as far as the games go, like, it was one that was why I was all up for it, because it was like, dude, I haven't played that in years, so I'll go for it.
I will say, go ahead. Sorry, Tannen.
No, I generally enjoyed it. I didn't beat it this week. But I own it now, and I own it. I own it on my Wii U. It is a selection on my Wii U, and I can play it whenever the fuck I want.
Because you're a grown-ass man. That's why.
Yeah, I'm a grown-ass man. No, like, if you want to watch some TV, that's sweet, baby. I'll sit by you. We'll play some Mega Man. And I'm probably going to sit here and get really fucking frustrated, though.
Yes.
Because it still frustrates the fuck out of me, that game does. but it's still, I still enjoy it. So that's what I have to say about that. And as I said, like I was gonna like go ahead. I have the Mega Man collection, and I was gonna pop that in like for the PS2. I was gonna pop that in, but I really felt like going back and playing it on the Wii U console.
You
like
wanted
when
to
I saw
upgrade
it
your
on.
experience, and there's no shame in doing that. Everyone's guilty of doing that.
There's not, and dude, it takes up the full screen on my fucking 50-inch TV. And I'm enjoying it. I like playing it. I like playing that slide platformer.
See, don't tell
And
Tannen what to spend his money on, guys. You live your own lives.
Yeah, fuck you.
No,
And,
not fuck you now. Not seriously.
Yeah, it just I really liked it, and I felt at the end of the day it was worth $8.
Yeah, why not?
Like $8. That's less than an hour of my time.
I paid $6 for Sleeping Dogs with all the DLC on PS4, and that's a fucking steal.
That's a damn steal, and I haven't even played that version yet. I played the PC.
It's all about those flash sales.
I played the PC version, and thought, damn, this is a really good game. And then I was told, like, well, if it ever gets on sale for PS4, you should get it, but don't play it on PS3.
But yeah, I mean, if you're a SNES collector, I don't see why you wouldn't have this in your collection. I would have it in my collection if I had a SNES still. I don't.
Yeah.
Hell, I'd even have it just to get card,
Dude, I have Mega Man X and Mega Man X2 for my SNES cartridge collection.
X2. Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. Look at you, Hollywood.
Yeah, you know what? You want to shut this down?
Hey,
sorry,
you know what? It's been episode 17, and as always, my main man, my friend, it's been real. Thank you, brother, for doing the show. Once again, next week we'll see you here for episode 8, my man, right?
No, dude, I'll be here.
It's gonna be Starburst Juice. Hashtag Starburst Juicy.
No. Gusher.
Sorry.
Gusher Juicy.
Hashtag Gusher Juicy. Trend of the week. Check us out once again on Twitter. Check me out at the HibikkiTMD. Check out Tannen at OTannensBum. Check out the Facebook group, The Reset Button. Check out HibikkiTMD on Facebook. I almost fucked everything up, but I didn't. Slam Pigs Podcast still has to be plugged. Slam Pigs Podcast on Twitter and Facebook. Tannen, once again, it's been The Reset Button. Let's hit that shit. Reset Button. Hey guys, Travis here from HibikkiTMD, reminding you as always to follow me on Twitter at the HibikkiTMD. Check out the Reset Button podcast with myself and Tannen, Hibikki Quickie, Hibikki History, retrospectives, everything in between, retro gaming, and pro wrestling, not to mention my other podcast with the man himself, Michael.
Hey, you dirty fucking pigs. This is Mike from the Slam Pigs Podcast, reminding you to check us out on Twitter at the Slam Pigs Podcast, or check me out on Twitter at Mike the Slam Pig. Or Travis, where can they find that other show?
They can find everything in between right here on HibikkiTMD. I don't really think they're dirty fucking dicks.